Howdy everyone, you with me Voltage, and well, it's currently really hot in the room, so I'm not gonna wear a shirt, but I'm not gonna try to show them the video. But let's get this video done fast so I can actually turn my fan back on because my god, it's hot in the room, and I don't want my fan to be in the background for background noise. So let's just get started. This is SANS versus KORO-SENSEI. I don't know much about KORO-SENSEI, but I know a lot about SANS. But KORO-SENSEI is apparently from Assassination Classroom. Whatever the hell that game is.
Techniques in the history of fighting, especially if the one dodging has a huge scary smile. And when it comes to dodging, these two reign supreme as the most untouchable combatants. KORO-Sensei, the unkillable teacher of the Assassination Classroom, and SANS, the enigmatic skeleton from Undertale. Which smiling fighter really values their dodging skills? Find out.
You want a dodging fighter? Ask Voltage.
The Underground, the home of the monster race ever since the Great War between their kind and the humans. Long story short, a human kid, taken in by the monsters, was
2 strength, 10 speed, 1 durability, 9 power, 8 intelligence, 9 skill, and 5 agility. Okay.
Initiating the brutal war that forever separated
so SANS is gonna be very fragile, and not good with brute strength, but actual powers he has are gonna be great.
Kill her or date her. Weird.
Just older than Papyrus, sure.
Was interested in keeping an eye on Frisk for another reason, the skeleton known as SANS. SANS spent his days in Snowden with his brother Papyrus, doing things like guarding the outskirts of the buildings, pranking others, and making many different bone-related puns. But SANS' interests went far beyond pranks and puns. Turns out that there existed alternate timelines, and SANS possesses an inside knowledge of both this
bone blast, bone attacks, caster blasters, soul manipulation, karma, telekinesis, and master dodger.
Created the darkest timelines, like Flohi the Flower or the ghost of the dead child whose death set in motion the human-monster war. And more often than not, SANS is the one responsible for making sure his own timeline is kept on the path of a happy outcome. With a simple thought, SANS can command bone spikes to jut out at his opponent, perfect for setting up barriers or infuriatingly hard obstacle courses. And for extra infuriation, he has blue bones, which can only be bypassed as long as you are remaining perfectly still. But undoubtedly the best of his attacks are the Gaster Blasters, a series of skulls.
Those are the most dangerous attacks of his.
And all these attacks have the added benefit of causing karma damage, which is essentially like poisoning. Also, like most other powerful monsters, he's able to manipulate the souls of others. In his case, it enables him to change their center of gravity at his will. And most bizarre of all is his ability to alter the screen, causing temporary blackouts, actually dodging attacks and even locking a person in place by refusing to take his turn in battle. Essentially, telling Frisk she's come to bargain. In other words, rage quitting, which is what he's capable of driving other people to himself. I mean, he's strong enough to hurt Frisk. When breaking the game's rules, he was able to dodge Frisk's slashes, who himself is able to dodge bolts of lightning. In spite of SANS' strengths, however, he carries a few weaknesses, most notably, his incredible laziness, and his low-level health. It's literally only 1 point. Chuck a pebble at this guy and he's a gunner. Still, there's a good reason why SANS is one of 3 final
just like this, Tim,
because
and he's dead.
Goes up against and underestimates him is boned. Overall, SANS is a skeleton who loves bad jokes sitting around. His abilities include bone-themed attacks, and removing invincibility. However, it only takes 1 hit to take him down. Assassins come in many different forms, each possessing a unique set of skills to help them kill their target without leaving a trace, but none of them could compete with the greatest assassin of them all, the Reaper. That is until his own apprentice who turned him
so this guy could take some damage compared to SANS. He's also fast agility-wise, but not speed-wise. But he's also strong and very smart. However, his power is lacking compared to SANS.
He controlled the experiment so that the antimatter injections would bestow upon him superhuman abilities to make him the ultimate killing machine. The good news was that the rat had been moved to the moon for safety purposes. The bad news was that the explosion was so powerful that it destroyed 70% of the moon, and the Reaper was destined to do the same to Earth next year. Upon hearing this, the Reaper escaped and used his newfound powers to kill everyone in the facility, but came to a halt when Aguirre attempted to calm the assassin down and was killed by the lab's defense system. The Reaper later became a teacher at Konochijayaka Junior High School and began teaching the academic failures of Class 3. While he has dedicated himself to a pacifist lifestyle, KORO-Sensei possesses numerous abilities perfect for avoiding any possible assassinations. Thanks to his antimatter physiology, he is immune to all sorts of weaponry, including knives, bullets, poisons, and even explosives. In fact, his body is so difficult to harm that the government had to create weapons using special material that can harm antimatter beings like KORO-Sensei. Even if he were to be hit, he can simply regenerate all manner of wounds in an instant, although he does drain his stamina upon doing so. KORO-Sensei can also fly, liquefy his body, change color to camouflage
he can
himself,
fly,
and even shed his own skin and use it to ensnare people. If that's not gross enough, his body is covered with a weird mucus that acts like an adhesive so strong it can solidify water.
Wow.
But most importantly, as a giant octopus, he has tentacles everywhere in his body. He can stretch his tentacles to reach faraway objects, and spin them around to use them like drills. However, the greatest function of these tentacles is their incredible speed. KORO-Sensei can move his body with incredible speed and precision, reportedly at maximum speeds of Mach 20 or over 15,000 miles per hour. At these speeds, KORO-Sensei can perform entire actions before his attackers can react. To back up his speed, KORO-Sensei possesses incredible senses. He can pick up on low-frequency sounds, recognize people by their scent, and with his kinetic vision he can keep track of and react to objects that can move faster than himself. This makes KORO-Sensei extremely difficult to catch.
SANS is fucked.
But due to his deal to the government, he isn't allowed to
SANS
harm
just
anyone
cannot
who
win this
tries
fight, I
to
don't
kill him.
think.
So instead he developed a strange, inappropriate habit. Though if
I just
speed
hope
isn't
SANS
enough
doesn't
to
die,
avoid
because I
death,
actually like SANS quite a
KORO-Sensei
bit.
can concentrate the energy in his body to enter his absolute defense form, which makes him nearly indestructible for 24 hours, albeit he is left completely immobile. While seemingly useless, KORO-Sensei later learned that he can use his energy concentration to unleash a powerful energy blast from his tentacles. But it's important to remember that KORO-Sensei doesn't just rely on his physical abilities. He also possesses a genius intellect and incredible memory that allows him to learn new information in a brief amount of time, including a complete comprehension of anatomy, chemistry, and mechanics. He caught a sniper round with nothing but a piece of candy, and moved precise enough to deflect wind debris with his tentacles while carrying 2 of his students to Hawaii and back. He even dodged the Spear of Heaven, a colossal satellite that fires silent lasers from space. You would think that a former assassin turned super being would be unstoppable, but KORO-Sensei has many weaknesses. He's pretty arrogant and tends to screw up when showing off. But, if you really want to land a hit, you have to find a way to slow him down, and you can do that by destroying or restraining his tentacles. As a bonus, his reaction time also slows down drastically when gets agitated. Sure, it may not matter since his regeneration heals all sorts of wounds, though if he gets hit in the heart with enough force, the blow might take him out for good. Overall, while KORO-Sensei used to be an assassin, he has shown to be a great teacher and deadly fighter. His great intelligence and senses make him extremely powerful, and his antimatter physiology makes him super hard to harm.
Judgment Hall, perp time none, sprite to the universe battle. Okay. Another janitor here, was it that fast? I was just passing by and thought. But do a quick background check just to be cautious. Well, it's nice meeting you, but I have to get a class to teach tomorrow, so I best get up. Oh, going to that. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down a bit because you're going too fast for that bullshit. I thought these things are supposed to be readable. Interesting, I didn't know the janitor here worked this fast, or that this place has a janitor. Oh, there's no janitor here. I was just passing by and thought this place could use a bit of sprucing up. God damn it. The exit should be at the end of the hall, correct? We have to step right there. It's not like I have a bone to pick with you or anything. But it's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing. Should be burning in hell. Now I can go back to normal speed. Not a bad pun, you almost had me broke out doing this. I'm having fried calamari tonight. Hold it. Too late on me. I've been hiding above my students. I'll leave my special happy, ready? Poor Sans. I didn't think he was
Looks like
going to win.
Sans got boned. Calm down, Undertale fans. This fight was a lot closer than you may think.
Really?
Sans' unpredictable arsenal gave him plenty of means of keeping KORO-Sensei on edge, and their magic properties allowed Sans to harm KORO-Sensei's antimatter body. Sans also had no trouble dodging attacks since he dodged attacks from Frisk, who is clearly faster. However, speed wasn't enough. KORO-Sensei's intelligence and super senses helped him anticipate Sans' next move. Even if Sans could land a few good hits, KORO-Sensei could simply undo the damage with his regeneration. KORO-Sensei's and Sans' abilities are so well suited for fighting each other, that it was difficult to determine who would land the killing blow first. However, one key factor tipped the scales into KORO-Sensei's favor: experience. KORO-Sensei has spent years perfecting the art of assassination to the point where he can best entire armies, giving him far more combat experience than Sans. It doesn't help that KORO-Sensei is pretty good at figuring out other people, like how he helped each of his students with their individual problems. Given enough time, he could easily deduce Sans' fighting style and weaknesses.
Have I reacted to this yet or
It didn't even
not?
matter that Sans had speed advantage, since KORO-Sensei dealt
I
with
don't
plenty
think
of
I
opponents
have.
that tried
I'm
to
just gonna
overcome his
check
mock
just to make
speeds,
sure.
like his apprentice, the Reaper, who was basically a faster KORO-Sensei. While Sans could certainly dodge
By the
anything
looks of it,
KORO-Sensei can throw
no.
at him,
I
he
haven't
has been
reacted to
defeated
this.
by sneak
Good.
attacks in 2 different timelines.
I'm not
Given
stupid.
enough time, KORO-Sensei could use his assassination techniques to catch Sans off guard and land a fatal blow. Despite being fast and unpredictable, Sans couldn't keep up with KORO-Sensei's endurance, abilities, and experience. Looks like KORO-Sensei got his happy ending at the end of this Undertale. The winner is KORO-Sensei.
Don't need to use next time because I already know who it is, because I technically already watched that fight. I'm going to call this video here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, channel new. Bye-bye.